One thing that I was taught in a really shit environment from Selection Group was that relentless follow-up is incredibly important. I don't think, and the word think is an important element there, is that we do not follow up enough, that we do not chase up enough. There's a deal I'm trying to close at the moment, and it's on behalf of Jack and Sean, and we haven't been able to get communication from the candidate. Right? If somebody needs to speak to me and they're not coming back to me, I just hammer the shit out of them. And I give them lots and lots of reasons to phone me back. And I'll phone them. I phoned this guy twice yesterday. Right? It's making the call on when is a good time, because we get the feedback from a client, well, you're hammering me. Yeah, not a good time. That may not be the right thing to do. Of be like, I've sent you a proposal, I've rung you 3 times today. Right? How did your forward action plan with that client? When's your next call going to be booked in? When's your next conversation going to happen? That's not the right process, because they're giving you an indication they don't want to buy. We've got a candidate going through a process and we've been pushed out, we need to be on top of that. If we've got a client we know urgently will lose something, we need to be on top of that. And I will make multiple phone calls in one day because it's in their benefit. And the reason I'm calling you is because of this. And the reason I'm calling you is because I'm concerned about X, I'm concerned about Y. Right? If we phone in, we can follow up relentlessly on the basis that the benefit sits with the other person and nobody will have an issue from it. And you will get said, John, I really appreciate you following me up. So a client says to you, they've got a really urgent hire and they're not communicating back with you, and they were really in high pain, and you follow up with them like, look, I know how much of a problem this is for you. Let me know when you're free to speak. John, I've left you a couple of voicemails. I appreciate how busy you are, and I know with being a person down in your team, this is only going to increase the matter. Everything is in their benefit, right? But that relentless follow-up on our leads, that relentless follow-up on our communication, on our clients, on our prospects, on our candidates is incredibly important. And if you are not doing that, someone else is. And they're putting themselves at the front of their mind. And I know people that relentlessly follow up with me and there's no interest, right? That's fine, but they will find out whether there is interest or not. And they may convert one of them in a year, which isn't the difference between putting £5,000 on your board. It's the difference between putting 40 to 80, maybe even more, £1,000 on your board with just that one level of conversion. That level, certainly with leads, as soon as a lead hits the inbox, you should be chasing it. As soon as a lead hits our inbox, we should be phone, we should be email, we should be outreach to get in touch with them, because they're measuring how we communicate, how we operate immediately with what you're doing. And if you're following up with them. So if I get a lead, I'll follow up with it every day. For 2 weeks, if I don't hear back from it in 2 weeks, I'll send them an email and just like, look, you haven't come back to me, appreciate this probably isn't of interest. Right? But that consistent follow-up. We send profiles to clients. I'm looking to follow up. I want to just come back to you with regards to these profiles. Appreciate I rang you yesterday, dropping you an email today. Just let me know if these guys are of interest. Things move quickly in the market, etc. All in their benefit, all in their benefit. When you're free for a call, we can catch one of the particular profiles, and then we can go to shitty email level, which usually, 9 times out of 10, if I write a shitty email, I get a response. Which I think most recently was Mo's, which we got both of them back, and we understood what's going on. But the level of intensity of communication, albeit you may not get anything back from it, but you demonstrating that will leave a message in someone's mind. Because the relentlessness of your communication, which is written on 2 books, one by Grover, another by Eddie Hearn, both use that title. And that's fundamentally a large difference between their game of why they have got to where they've got to and why others haven't, is because they're just fucking relentless and they'll just keep pushing. And it's knowing when to push, how to push, and how to communicate that. And if we're communicating in the other person's benefit, it's the right time. And you will go too far with it and you will get feedback that says, no, don't do that. We can either learn from that and think, was that the right time? It could have been, but we still got different feedback. Or it was the wrong time and we pushed too much on our own agenda. And therefore we can learn from it. But unless you are relentless, you will miss out on opportunities. Unless you are relentless, you will have less revenue on your board, because you have to be fighting hard this is before anybody joined the business, but we had a search on with Archimed, and there was a candidate that sent their CV. The particular consultant didn't follow up with this person. We had the CV in our inbox. He dropped him an email, dropped him a voicemail, and then never followed up again. That person will still work at Archimed to this day, because another recruitment firm got him in, because we didn't follow up with him enough to get in that role. And we got a CV before the other agency. The other agency was either Relentless or called him at the right time and got him on the phone and shared his profile. That was a fee we've missed out on. So it can be the difference. And it's hard when you couple that with heavy communication, because there's a lot of investment. But it's about prioritising your time and making sure you're maximising the relentless follow-up of all your opportunities, of all your candidates, of all your clients, of all your prospects, of all your leads, and then heavily communicating with all of those.